What's going on, YouTube? It's K-rook here, getting into our next Heroes of the Storm video. Today we're going to be talking about my girl, Chromie. So let's just jump right into it. So the last video I did, I said I was going to talk about the talents, but never did. So I'm going to quickly go over them here. If you guys want to copy my talent build, just go ahead. So my talent build is a little bit different from the meta build right now. I wanted to play a super safe Chromie and get that guaranteed damage to where I'm never in a range for a team to get onto me. So here's what I did. At level 1, I do compounding, either hitting arrows and powers sandblast. After hitting 25, you get 100 plus damage. 2, I get piercing sands. Once you hit someone with that sandblast, you can go through that person and hit another target. It's really good. You'll see it in the video. At 5, I took Dragon's Eye. When you land your W, Dragon's Breath damage is more in the center. So when you land that perfectly in the center on someone, you can just destroy the damage, and it is fantastic. At 8, I took Slowing Sands, creates that slowing area, and it's really good on Infernal Shrines and maps like this. You're going to see it in the video. At 11, I take Reaching Through Time, increases Sandblast and Dragon's Breath range. So I'm even farther away from the action, so no team can jump onto me, and it really has been working out great. At this one, I do Shifting Sands, so every time I hit a Q, I increase my ability power, and this can just stack up in team fights if they last a long time. You can start doing it, builds up to 40% more increased ability power, so you can really stack on the damage with Shifting Sands. And at 18, I pick Past and Future Me. So when you cast your Q, you have an image of yourself that also casts your next Q, and you can really start to stack up that damage. Guys, that's my build. Let's jump into the video.
Here we go again.
And we find ourselves on Infernal Shrines. I think it's one of the best maps in the game. Fun objective. You can really play as anyone and really take advantage of the objective of the map. I think it's just a fantastic map. So let's go. Friendly team, Greymane, Rhaegar, Chromie, Varian, Nova against the enemy team, Lily, Genji, Murky, Greymane, Chromie. I want to talk about this real quick. I think Blizzard really needs to fix this, because like just at the beginning of this game we already have an unfair advantage of having a variant on our team. I think matchmaking is so busted, and I don't know why Blizzard decided to do this. I really hope in the next few patches they can improve on some of this, because it really is cheap. I mean, you can get into a game and you could be facing a Sonya, a Zarya, and a Varian, and you could have no tanks on your team because they're not classifying any of those as tanks. And I just think that is ridiculous. So I mean, Blizzard needs to look at it and really make some changes, because I know players are getting tired of it, and it's really, I think it's hurting the quick match scene. I've been playing a lot of like ranked and unranked lately, just because I don't even want to deal with the quick match, because people are they're just taking advantage of it, and it's just hard. It's just hard to see. So as you can already see, playing very safe with Chromie, just poking, and like the quests, I'm telling you, it stacks up super quick. Like we're already what are we, like 1 minute into this game, and I've already hit 3 people with my Q. Like it stacks up so quickly. Really, on this map, you can there's so many safe places to be, and like you can really fire from anywhere as a ranged assassin. And now I can hit 2 people. This is my second talent. It goes through the first one, it can hit 2. I mean, Chromie is so much fun to play. If teams really aren't trying to focus you, and you're playing like how I'm playing, is super safe, but it's still super pokeable, and you can really throw out the damage. Like, look at that, it goes straight through him, and we're still just throwing down the damage. Like, we bullied these guys in lane for the first part of this game. Okay, this brings up something else. So I know everyone likes to go to the middle at the beginning of the game and try to get pokes, and I think that's fine, but I also think lots of times in that quick match scenario, everybody stays way too long. Like, you don't need to stay that long. Like, I can solo lane, but really not very well at all. This is where Chromie really can start to just throw out that damage. She can set herself up in situations where she's behind a wall, she's not going to get jumped by a bunch of melee assassins, and she can even help get some of these for the shrine. We kind of have an advantage. Our team didn't get together and come yet, so they had an advantage of getting a couple of these first ones, but we've just been sitting here throwing out our poke, really damaging anyone in our little line of sight. So like as you can see, they're not even trying to come and focus me. Like they're just trying to do the shrine, and so I'm just getting damage out. Like 1, right? I mean, of course it's only a Murky and his health pool isn't the highest, but like that's just the power of Chromie. Just that pick damage you can get off of so many like spells just thrown out. And I know this Chromie knows where I'm at, so I'm just kind of playing around that. But eventually my team, I'm kind of talking to my team at this point, hey, you know, come help me out. This Chromie's trying to pick on me, and if we could get her, we could easily get this shrine. We're still down on shrines right now, but I knew we could get it because, you know, we had taken out a few of them, we had zoned them back, and we're still low, but, I mean, we're doing good. And this is another thing Chromie can do. Bam, walk in, get 4 or 5, at the same time they group around you, just call it upon yourself. Shouts out to our Gray main during this game. He was really good at killing those long-range assassins in this game. Kind of a scrappy little skirmish we had there, but we ended up getting it, which is, of course, it's fantastic. That's what you want to do. But that Chromie went to work as well. Just that outer poke, man. That's one of her strengths. Oh, bye, Lily. So you can do stuff like that where you just feel like, oh, like it's like I didn't have to get up close and personal at all to do any sort of that damage. Like, and I'm playing super safe. Like I'm in no way in danger. I'm just throwing at them. Like, look at that. He went from 3/4 to 1/4 of his health just with that one little combo right there, just standing in my skill shots. Thank you for the free damage, and time to go back for some mana. Like you see at the beginning of that game, I am just way ahead in damage for the whole team. Just the whole team fight, I was just bam, bam, bam. What are we at right now? Looks like 13 on our quest, or 15. Sorry, I can't see with my small screen here. And we're just like it's already stacked up. We're about to get that, and then even more of a damage spike. Probably staying a little too long down there. But the most important thing, we soaked every single lane, even through the phase of the Immortal. Not the Immortal, I'm sorry. Bye. It's just stuff like that. It's so satisfying. You land it and they just get deleted. So back to my other point. It's so important that when you get objectives like that, you still, in the early game, you still have to have people soaking, because you can do like damage to like their towers and their forts and stuff, but you still need to be soaking in the other lanes, because if the enemy team is soaking and you all 5 are just on one fort, they can start to overcome you in XP. So here's where I pick up Slowing Sands, another little bit of a power spike for Chromie. Fantastic, fantastic. So I'm just up here. I know that the next shrine is up top here, so I'm just kind of chilling up here, trying to do what I can against this Murky. I can't really do much. She actually has decent wave clear if you land your W on a group of minions that are just stacked up. You can not push back anyone in lane, but you can do stuff like that where you take out the minions. I mean, Murky's much better at it than Chromie is, and I just started to auto attack because I didn't really want to waste my mana for the next shrine phase. So
Time to take things into my own hands.
letting my mana build up, waiting for my team to come up here. We're trying to get 10, just so our team has our ultimates. We're kind of soaking those 2 lanes, choking this lane before it happens. And Murky is going to go to work, but I steal all of those from him. That's such an advantage you can have, because Murky doesn't even know it's coming. So like if they're grouped up on these shrines, you can launch your W with those minions and they just get deleted. So I've been trying to, with my Slowing Sands, putting it into an aggressive position to where it's on their side. They've got to come through it to get to us. We're about to hit 10. We need to hit 10. I'm trying to kill some of these minions here. Bam, there's 10. It's huge for a team to get, especially if the other team has 10. Like, it's huge to get 10 for a team. Again, an aggressive Slowing Sands. Trying to help heal for my team here. Like, we're kind of getting low a little bit. We're kind of falling back. You need to get some damage in there. Really good job by our Nova taking out that Genji after he uses his Protect. picking on the Chromie here, just bodying her out of the lane. And that's another kill, just the damage you can put out. I mean, you probably would have been dead anyway, but still, quicker death, and get the shrine. Just take a little bit. Our Rhaegar, shouts out to him. I mean, you're playing healer, QM, he was just a solo healer. Like, he did a fantastic job. Murky's super pushing our mid lane, just with a bunch of minions. But, I mean, so that's what we do. We split it up, we send one bot, we send one to deal with Murky, and then a couple of us stay up top and just poke and deal some significant damage.
No, our Punisher has been found.
Not the best Punisher for us, but they didn't get it, so we made sure they didn't have any sort of advantage with any sort of push with Murky or their team. Me and this Chromie having a battle here. I'm sorry for the cough, guys.
I've done this before.
Again, look at this wave clear. Bam. Like, you can push waves and you can get some siege damage in. Not to mention if someone's just holding still. Again, that's why you place the time traps by you. I like to stick by my time trap, especially I saw that there was a Genji. I knew he had very good dive potential on me. Dodging those skill shots. Important, you just go some opposite way. Like, just straight to the left or straight to the right. I definitely should have gone around those slowing sands. I could have been in this fight a lot sooner. Again, trying to zone for my team. I do end up doing some work with damage here. Again, goes through the first target, so I hit the Grey Mane there, and then I ended up killing the Lily going through the target. I'm trying to get Genji here at the very last second. That fort kind of did work. That fort and those minions kind of did work against our team. But you saw right there, I hit the Grey Mane with my Q, and it went straight through him, killing the Lily. So the Lily might have saved the Grey Mane with one of the heals, but like other than that, straight through. I think that's a good. I think it's a level 3 talent, and I think it's so worth it, especially if you're going for this type of build. So I didn't touch on me completing that quest, but I completed it quite a while ago, and so I already have 100 plus damage stacked up for my Q.
Such daring.
Just trying to peel for our Varian there. I knew the shrine phase was starting. We had already lost one. It's super important that we didn't lose any more than that if we had any sort of chance to win this shrine. Another aggressive sand, so they can't just come at us. I mean, of course they can come from below, but just in aggressive shrines, making it so we know if they're coming from that angle to get most of the minions, because that's where a lot of them spawn. So it's good to place it there if you are a Chromie, just to kind of make some space for your team. I wanted to go back here because I knew I could be blown up at any second by a Chromie skill shot, or even if like a Genji dove on me, I wasn't in the safest of areas. I thought I was going to die there for sure, but I ended up doing enough damage to that Chromie to where she could be triple tapped for the kill.
Good work, friend.
So knowing we had killed a few, I ended up staying. I could use my sands to just check to see if there was any enemies hiding in any sort of bushes, and we ended up getting the Punisher.
Excellent. We have summoned a frozen Punisher to fight for us. The angels smile on you. Double kill.
I think this game would have been even more of a landslide if our Rhaegar would have gone Ancestral Healing. Bloodlust is still fine, but I think it would have been even more of a landslide if he would have gone Ancestral. Sorry again for the cough, guys. Again, this is an important point where if you are a Chromie, you can just start, look at that, you can just start chucking out the damage, and that secured the kill on that Greymane right there. You get someone down to half health, and you have someone like a Nova or someone that can just burst someone down from a long range away. Like, you don't have to do all the damage yourself. Here's a point where I definitely think we could have won this game, but my team just did not want to go in. If you team wipe someone and they're going to be down for 20 seconds-ish, and you know you could probably get a few more picks, Rhaegar just kept, saying retreat, 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 get out. So I guess we just decided, okay, we don't need to win the game now. Let's go get advantage. Let's go take camps. But I think we definitely could have won the game right there.
Excellent work.
I learned right there your Q doesn't hit the Murky Egg, so something to note, if you are a Chromie and you see a Murky Egg, you can't hit it with a Q. At 18, we're about to get our last damage spike here, and you're going to see it is so much fun to use, and it does a ton. Like, you can do so much work with it. Our Nova probably should have been out somewhere else. I think I could have handled it, but it's all good. Well, and you see me in this game picking my talents with my mouse. I usually don't try to do that because I think you could just press the control button and press the number pad. I have got numbers on my mouse, so I shouldn't be using that, but I have been, so I need to get out of that habit. So there is my level 18 talent. You fire 2, so you have that little image in front of you. You can fire 2 sands, and you can start to stack up. So they're going to stack up the damage. They're each going to go through any target, and so I could potentially hit 4 people with my sands. I think I definitely could have blown up a Chromie there, but it's all good. Again, just trying to get some poke damage out here, just trying to push the lane out as much as I can. They were all stacked up there. We ended up losing our Nova, so I just decided, I'll get some poke in and then come help our team out.
So much left to be done.
I think I would have hit it there if Rhaegar wouldn't have slowed him down, but it's all good. Slaying the Murky. Shrine is up again. You gotta go place your spots. I see that this Chromie's just kind of chilling. I'm gonna place it all right here. This is such a good slowing sense because they're trying to get out, but they just can't escape. Already secured a Lily kill. And I'm just gonna be poking this team, making sure that they can't get in. Honestly, we win a team fight right here. We wipe. We get the Punisher pushing. We can really do a lot of work. And there it is. You could, because I can throw my Q out, and my image right next to him is gonna definitely get a hit pretty much on anything. I'm telling you, man, when you ignore a Chromie, she can just throw out that damage. Just trying to get any sort of damage onto this fort so that our Punisher can go straight through, start hitting down that keep. Again, I think it would have been another opportunity to split push for a win here. Say letting our Punisher go top, getting this fort, and then us going middle, maybe pressuring that core. Just not enough team comp, not enough communication with with our team. I wasn't in a full team, so there was no like talking with anyone. I was with my buddy and I was talking with him, but other than that, like there was no other communication. I think we definitely could have won. Again, another aggressive slowing sands. They can't push up on us. That Greymane really can't do what he wants to do. He wants to get up in our face, wants to use that wolf form. They still don't have 20, which is an important point. Like, if you have 20 and the enemy team doesn't, you still have a significant amount of damage. Lockdown, you land that W, you can do so much damage. You can just blow up enemy team, especially squishies in the back line. You can do so much damage. Even more aggressive placement of slowing sands, just making sure we can get all this damage into the core. Really kind of zoning this team out with my Q, with my W, getting all the damage in. We're just beating down the score right now.
I knew I could rely on you.
The angels smile on you. Double
We have it locked down enough. Got a couple catapults on the core. I'm like, team, we got to finish it out. We got to go right now. We really are doing a delay game. 5% on this core. We should just be in attacking. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go auto attack, but Chromie comes right in my face. Way too much of a delay. You don't end up finishing the game with 5% left. Like, we were just in the chat. We were just, you know, lol. Like, we just couldn't believe we just didn't win the game right there.
Kill confirmed. Somewhere else.
As you can see, damage, XP, soaking those lanes, killing minions, and doing all that damage to the enemy team.
Prepare to activate it.
So we say, okay, we're going to go win one more shrine, and then we're going to go get this W. Again, another problem with quick match. A little bit of lack of communication.
The shrine is ready. Go and claim the Punisher's power for the high heavens.
I've done this before.
A glorious victory.
So, definitely, I think this game shouldn't have been as long as it has been.
Such daring.
I think we could have finished the game even like 6 minutes ago. But we're going to get it done here. We ended up getting the pick on Chromie. That's a lot of their range damage out. Genji's trying to go to work for the team, but we burned it down, and that's the end of the game. It took way too long, in my opinion, but I ended up with top damage, top XP on the team, just from all that poke. Don't end up dying, so I was super safe, super always in the back, and yeah, get the MVP. And that's the end of the video. Guys, I'll see you in the next one.